Boom, 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 boom. Oh Lord. Southside the trucker, what's up, homie? How you doing, man? Take these socks off. I don't have a refrigerator in this truck, so I had to bring ice in. And I've been sitting here trying to work on some stuff and forgot the ice was sitting on the floor. And my socks is soaked because I got carpet. I put carpet in my truck, our little carpet remnants or whatever. And so the ice kind of got wet there on the floor. So I'm taking up the rugs here in a little bit. Hey, Monet, what's up, mama? Let's see here. Oh, you off? Well, I'm technically off today. That reefer y'all saw in the beginning, I drove from where'd I come from? I came from well, I left Georgia with the truck was fixed. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Rochelle. Um, the truck got fixed in Jackson. It was done Thursday of last week. And then they gave me a load I had to pick up that was on a Freightliner dealership. So I'm presuming that driver might have broke down. And I took that load to Arkansas. Was it Arkansas? I took it somewhere here in Arkansas. Where the hell I take that damn load? That tells you how bad it is. I took it somewhere here in Arkansas. And then from there, I delivered it to Bill Clinton's home. Me and Danielle was talking about, hey D, what's up, baby? V Griffith, what's up? Where did I deliver it? Girl, where was I at, Danielle? Girl, I was somewhere here in Arkansas in some mountains or mountain type. It's real pretty though. Man, see, I don't even feel like getting up and looking at the book, although I'm doing stuff, so I'm gonna have to get up and look at this book. Um, the hell did I go? It was hilly. It was some hellacious hills. It was a sparkling water load. Hold on, y'all. The hell did I go? Shit. That tell you when you be driving too many places, you forget where you went. Hot Springs, Arkansas. No, I didn't know. Me and Danielle was talking about it, and Danielle said that Hope, Arkansas, was Bill Clinton's home. And I said, well, per the sign I saw in in Hot Springs, they said Hot Springs was Bill Clinton's home. They got a big sign say home of Bill Clinton. I was like, oh, okay. But she said Hope was probably where he was born. I don't know. I didn't. I mean, I knew he was from Arkansas. I just didn't know where. But I'm gonna let y'all know. If I get me an RV, me in Hot Springs, I'm doing a visit up in Hot Springs. It's gorgeous up there. They got lakes and stuff, boats, houses off the lake. Ah, y'all forget. Somebody told me about the apple. I did get to Walmart and I picked up that apple. I don't know who it was who told me about the apple, but I'll be cutting it up today and putting it in the truck because while the truck was in the shop, I had a bag of trash, had two bags of trash, and I tied it up. And because I was rushing, I forgot to empty the trash. So when I got back on this truck from it sitting in Jackson, Georgia, this truck was funk A. It was funk A. So I got that off of there, and then I had fruit flies or whatever they call them, damn flies. Had some fruit flies in here, the little bitty natty fruit flies. Hold on, y'all, cause I'm trying to get these damn socks off because they're wet. Um, so I had some fruit flies in here. I'm about to get up in here and have to organize because y'all see my bed. I went to Walmart, and so while I'm talking to y'all, I'm gonna organize. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in, and I'll talk about everything that's going on. Monet, homie. So I don't know if you've been up there. I wasn't going 10 miles an hour, but coming out, I took. So going in, it's real curvy. It's like hilly and curvy. And my load was it was that crystal, sparkling crystal. You know them sparkling flavored drinks you get at Walmart for like they supposed to be diet or whatever. I had I'm gonna say I had about 42,000 pounds of that on this truck, and I didn't see how it was loaded. I just knew that when I turned, you could feel that. And I'm sure it's what's requires the tanker endorsement because y'all don't know if y'all for those of you in the trucking. Hey Nikki, what's up, baby? This is my daughter. That's Nikki is my daughter, adopted daughter. I love this baby right here, Nikki J. That's my adopted child. That baby and JJ Gamer, they're my babies. Both of them is like 20 to 30. So if I would have had kids, that would have been the ages. Um, they're my adopted children's. Hey Regina, that's my sis. That Danielle, they're my sisters. They're my sisters. Hey Regina. Um, oh, I sent the prayer list out. Finally, I got everybody's number programmed last night. The Lord was dealing with me. I was like, I got to get everybody programmed in. I've been just lazy. I've been lazy. So last night, when everything took its venture, I went ahead and got everybody programmed in. So shut down again at the terminal. If y'all saw the picture of the trailer, I won't be on this conversation too long. So the load I took after I got fixed. They got me a load. Deadheaded me to Knoxville, Tennessee to pick up a load on a Freightliner dealership. I picked that up that night. I could have drove further. Actually, I probably should have because I basically pushed that load all the way through, and I probably should have drove the further. But when I realized the load was 42,000 freaking pounds, um, when I I'm happy you enjoyed it today, Nikki. When I realized the load was 42,000 freaking pounds, um, oh my God, hold on, y'all. Let me see what this is. They got an urgent message. Y'all saw my behind. They had an urgent message on here, and what it is I guess somebody must have logged out of the truck. Well, the only time you should log out of the Qualcomm is when your truck is in the shop because you don't want any of the mileage if they have to test drive it to be on your log. And honestly, when I was at Swift actually you didn't have to log out. They had a log in for the maintenance people that you would log in under to show that when you took that truck in the shop, they'd log in under the maintenance section and they were driving the truck. The truck was in a maintenance status. So anything under the logs would be that it was in a repair status. Um, but like when I got to when I went into the shop over at Peterbilt in Jackson, Georgia, I logged out and I let my driver manager know I'm logging out of the system because the truck is in a repair status. You want to do that for a couple of reasons, y'all. First of all, and I'm gonna jump back to this conversation about the trailer in a minute. When you log out of a system, you could be telling them people, middle finger, I'm out. So you want to let them know why you're logging out. Well, I guess these babies here, they ain't told them. Only reason you should be logging out is if you're leaving, or if you are having repairs done. That's been every company I've worked for, unless they have like Swift where they have a maintenance section, and I'm talking maintenance on site. If you go to a dealership or TA or something like that, then you log out and just let them know I'm logging out because they're going to be test driving the truck, or the truck is going to be in the shop status and I don't know when they're going to move it. So I don't want those miles on my logs. Put yourself in off duty and log off. So that's what I did. So they sent out urgent message because probably some of these babies did some shenanigans. I was telling Danielle they put a message on there that one of these babies they went up into at a police station. You see the cop cars and decided they're gonna U-turn. Wait for it in a big rig and hit one of the police cars. I got the biggest laugh out of that. God forgive. I hope that works out for him. But that's it's like what was you thinking? What were you thinking? You U-turned at the police. You could have got the police to help you back up or to redirect or to move their cars so you could turn. I I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing. God, absolutely. I got nothing. Anyway, off the subject. So that was the urgent message. And then I don't know what they doing. I told my driver manager we had to cancel. My hometown was supposed to be next week coming up. Well, I've canceled that because I need to run a few more weeks to get my money right. So I'm gonna move my doctor's appointment to the 16th. Well, now they telling me, oh, we see you need to be in Phoenix. So we giving you a load to California that I'm supposed to pick up in Baytown. So I'm gonna wait. I haven't even accepted the pre-plan yet. The reason I haven't accepted because I don't know what the hell going on, and it's weekend dispatch. I don't think they know what the hell's going on. Okay, like I said, Y'all normally want to work with your weekday dispatch. Make sure you got a dispatch manager that tries to have you with a load for the weekend, because if you don't, you're going to get stuck with foolishness. I don't give a damn mega carriers, unless it's a small company like that little company in Lubbock that I work for. You pretty much had your load for the whole week by the time he got done, because he got you most of the loads we picked up were picked up on the weekend, and then you running for part of the week, and then he had you back haul back into Lubbock or up to Washington or Wisconsin and back down. Like, if he wasn't a jerk, we would have got home fine. Only other thing though, I did want the capability of home time in other places than Lubbock. So that was another downfall for me, because he was so adapted to he's so in love with his truck. He needed to see them on a regular basis that he didn't really have home time for me available in Phoenix, which he goes to Arizona, or in Washington State or Oregon. And then sometimes if I could get to Tennessee, cool. But if I couldn't, I wouldn't. That's not a big deal. But Washington, Oregon, Arizona, those were important places for me to home time. So with this company, I can do that. Anyway, the trailer picture y'all saw, when I drove up to the trailer, I picked it up at Hope, Arkansas at Tyson. Now, what my company does is they leave empty trailers there. So my number one question is, who brought this in? That's always, and I usually with this company, one of the things I was impressed at coming over to this company, I had run into JJ, and JJ, when he was working for this company, I saw how immaculate they trailers were. I was like, oh my God, your reefers are really in good shape, especially the landing gear. That's important to me, because with Swift reefer division, I was busting the rust on them trailers all the time. I had students who could not roll up the landing gear, men and women. They were like, shit, I could get this landing gear to come up. And we be out there. And so I said, okay, let me go out here. I said, we got to bust the rust. We got to do what? I said, I call it busting the rust because Swift does not maintain their landing gear on their equipment. I said, I know for sure we had these problems back when I was with them in 2010, 11. I said, but I thought, especially with reefers, they would do something different. But no, they sorry ass wouldn't. All it takes is greasing the landing gear. All you grease the damn landing gear. Roll it up, let it get the ointment, bring it back down. Grease the landing gear. It has to go in for service. I don't know that greasing two legs is all that damn hard. I, I got nothing. So they can't grease it. It has to go in. I don't know. So then you out there, because it's so rusted, leaning and kicking and hammering, and I mean, y'all don't even begin to know the shenanigans I went through on loads, especially if it was 42,000 pounds, and trying to go out there and bust the rust. And really, what I really would like them to do is send out some of them dispatch managers and some of them maintenance people, and have them go for a ride with you and make them go out there and bust that rust. And maybe they might just go ahead and get that repaired and put that as part of their daily maintenance for them damn reefers. Um, Hey Dustin, I didn't see you. How you doing, baby? Um, so I went to go pick up this trailer y'all see in the picture when you came in, and or when you come into the chat. If y'all can go back and see it. And in the picture, if you look at it, you're gonna see a cable hanging all the way down to the ground. Okay. I'm happy you're doing good, Dustin. How's Fargo? It's probably cooler than where I'm at this damn humidity. The cable that's coming underneath the ground, I didn't know what it was. So I immediately took pictures before I ever hooked to the trailer. And so I'm gonna tell y'all, CYA, cover your ass out here, cover your assets, okay? Um, Before I hooked to the trailer, I took pictures, and then I was trying to upload them to my driver manager. I then went on the Qualcomm and I told him, I said, look, I'm gonna be bringing this. I got to get fuel here. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know what it is here, but it's humid as hell. I just got back in this truck and started finally cooling off. Um, I told him, I said, look, I'm going to be bringing this trailer in to the shop. I said, I got to come back in because they had my fuel routing for here. I don't have to follow the fuel routing, but I did because the trailer needed to come in. There was a cable that was hanging like where your kingpin is. And I mean, it was hanging all the way to the ground. You guys can see it in the video, in the picture, if you see it. So when I came through Quick Shop, them ninjas they trying to get off work. They wasn't paying. He's like, well, it must have fell off. We don't see it. No, you can see it because I crawled underneath to make sure it didn't get tangled up in my drives, and I could see it still on the frame with the wires hanging out like three, and it's something electrical because it was three wires. At first, I wasn't sure if it was airlines or what it was, and I wanted to make sure my brake lights worked. So I hooked the brake lights. I hooked my lights up to make sure they worked on the trailer when I bumped it. Made sure the wire didn't get tangled up in anything, and I brought it on over. They trying to get off, but the truck had to go. It has to go into the shop, or the trailer has to go in the shop. So at this point, they red tagged it, and the way we red tag here, which I do like, something I think Swift should incorporate because they got them yahoos there who chasing money, and they'll pick up a red tag trailer and run with it, which is craziness. Is they clip the airline for the trailer, so you can move the trailer, but when you drop it, you missing your airlines. It's cut. So like when I came in, he disconnected it and he cut the airlines for the trailer. Um, which as I said, I think that is smart. Um, I dropped the trailer here. It's still here. They'll probably work on it Monday. I'm gonna go ahead and still put in a breakdown request on here and let them know the issues I see with the trailer because they did not write that up on the paperwork. They said they did not see the wire hanging. I see the wire. The van driver, he's a driver too. He's parked right next to me, but he's driving a van this weekend. And he told me, I said, go by that. He said, what the hell you mean they didn't see that? I said, he said, it's because you were connected. I said, man, they didn't get under there because when I was over at Tyson, I crawled under. Now, y'all see, I'm fat. I crawled under and could see the wires with half my body leaned under and I could see the wires hanging. So they wasn't looking. They was ready to get off and go have cocktails. I already know I'm in the South. These ninjas is a little bit lazy. They want to go have cocktails. Matter of fact, the dude, I think his name was Jamie or James. I can't remember. He's got it's JAM something. He's a Jamie or James. Jamie was like this. When I was coming in the bay, I was like, bro, and he's white guy. I was like, you funny. He's like, I'm getting to go have my drinks. I'm getting to have my drinks. You the last truck for me today. I'm going to have my drinks. I'm like, okay, Jamie. So I could tell they was ready to go. They was done for the day. And then the next crew come in. But anyway, so I'm stuck here this weekend. They'll probably give me what's called layover pay. Usually, if you stuck, they'll give you layover pay. I think it's 75 or $100 a day, something like that. And I'm gonna let. I sent my driver manager a message, and then they got another plan, which is not a bad run. That once I get this load, then they gave me another load. So they keeping me moving. It's just shenanigans. I run into something, and I'm a big one on this, guys. For anybody new to my channel and anybody who's on this channel who's new to even driving, don't drive broken equipment. It is not worth your freaking license. I saw, and I said there's pluses about Swifts and negatives. One of the negatives is because a lot of their equipment and because they are so big, a lot of their equipment had issues and drivers were chasing that money so hard they were willing to drive broken equipment. I picked up so many trailers, reefers where the brakes were burnt out on the trailer or there were no brakes on the freaking trailer. Um, a lot of times it was a lot of brake issues. Or the reefer, I had one I picked up with the red tag from Swift on it at the JBS in Phoenix. I was getting ready to leave out to go to California, and the red tag was on it. And then it was throwing tons of codes. We had to back that trailer in the door and have them move the freight. Then I had another one I picked up where the brakes didn't even work at JBS. I could pull up and pull back. JBS wouldn't even release the trailer to take it over to Swift, which was like 2 minutes up the street from them. They was like, nope. We will not release it. Have them come over here. Swift sent one of the technicians over. He's like, oh, they said you got brake issues. He was so new. That baby was new. I said, hold on, let me show you. Pull the brake. Pull the trailer brake. Okay, that means it's locked, right? It's locked, right? If it's pulled out, it's locked, right? I went back. I went forward. I said, climb up on my thing. He climbed up. I said, what's the brake knob tell you? Your brakes are supposed to be locked. So how did I just go up and back with the brakes supposed to be locked on the trailer? I'm not done. Let's do it a different way. I put on the trolley brake, went back, went forward. I said, now, the trolley brake is your foot brake. The trailer brake is the emergency brake. They work two different ways. But if this trailer is still freely rolling with a trolley brake and it, you ain't got no brakes on this trailer, son. He got under there. He said, yes, it's your brake drums is done. New York, New York, Chobani was up there, Swift trailer, no lie, up and back. Couldn't even slide. I couldn't lock the gears. I couldn't lock the trailer to slide the tandems up and back, up and back. The dude, the dude came out. He said they made him take pictures. I said, send me some of the pictures. I got pictures of some of the stuff I picked up from them. So I love my dispatch manager, and she said there's nothing I can do. I said I already know. It's everybody is in their damn box. Especially the bigger the company, the more boxes, and everybody does just what they need to do for their paycheck. Don't carry broken equipment. One of the reasons that issue is still going on in Swift is because you have too many people that are driving broken equipment. I knew that the freight was doing this in California. I took it from the Ontario yard over to, it was going overseas. They sent a driver, no lie, Swift. I could hear his airlines on the trailer. You drove this shiznit over here? You crazy as hell. That should have went right to the Europa yard, right to the shop, and the freight set. Because if you start losing your money, then you might fix your shit. But if you get drivers who are out here chasing, and that's the problem. You get drivers chasing money so much that they create a bad atmosphere for safety. And that to me is a huge effing problem in the industry. Huge. So basically, I know that I've got enough drivers out there who chase the money and drive raggedy ass equipment. But then the problem is the risk is on them. Because if you end up in an accident and you was driving raggedy ass shit, it's on you. They're gonna put it on you as a pre-trip issue. Okay. And me and Nikki just talked about this with a friend, and but somebody in their company had noticed some stuff. You need to always, no matter what your position, if you're a safety guy, management, whoever, it is your responsibility to shut shit down if you don't see it right. So don't drive broken crap. God forgive me for swearing today. I've been trying to work on it. Let's see here. All right. Anyway, that's my thing. And if they do, you need to move on. That's the problem. If you start losing drivers because I refuse to drive, that's why I'm not at Swift. I mean, I like a lot of aspects of how Swift was, but they had their maintenance on their equipment was just sucked. It just well, their maintenance, well, yeah, their maintenance on their equipment just sucked all the way around. Hey, African Violet, what's up? Yeah, it sucked in the sense, and that's the problem with a lot of the big boys because you do have people that will take that risk because they want the money, and they're in desperate situations. I had a guy here, he got a Peterbilt, I got a Peterbilt. His Peterbilt was cutting out with power issues. He took a load, and I'm like, bro, I waited for them to do the maintenance on this truck, and they still had other maintenance that needed to be done on this truck. And he took a load. I'm like, oh no, in hell, no, because then when you end up turned up, broken, the truck stops on you, and somebody hits you, it's your fault. It's gonna be, I mean, because if they can prove that there was issues with that truck and you most likely knew about it prior, it's your fault. It's your fault. And is your livelihood, is your prison time, is any of that worth it? And to me, ain't no prison time worth. It ain't worth their loads. It's not. It's look. You can't. As I tell most people, and I have students on the truck. I have a certain methodology to which I do my stuff. You can't spend money dead. You can't spend money dead. Y'all, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. Have I taken my meds today? Hold on, y'all. What's today? Today's Sunday. Ooh, I ain't taking my meds, y'all. Hold on. I'm sure I got all my meds today. And I gotta work on, I'm doing laundry and get me a shower later on here. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my drinky drink. Hold on. I did go there. Mhm. Hold on. I got me some. I went to Asian. I got me some Chinese. Got my wonton soup. Hi-ya! Wonton soup. And I also got me some Chinese I can eat on it. And I got a sub too. Um, oh, I meant to put a picture up. I'm gonna put that up on another video. So I was at Walmart. Hey King, what's up, baby? I was at Walmart today getting my supplies. I needed trash bags, Ziplocs. My trash bags are part of my porta john, but I also was out regular trash bags too. Straw, wet wipes. I forgot. That's the only thing I did forget to get is some wet wipes. I'll get some of those. If I'm still here tomorrow, I'll have him run me up there. Or I might have him run me up there later today. It depends. Because he might go get catfish. I haven't done catfish, but I like catfish. Anyway, wipe it down. Anyway, they have a hibiscus tea at the Subway and the Walmart out here in Texarkana. That's really good. I love tea. I have a tea thing. Hold on. Let me see. Bad. Okay. Need some more ice. I might put in that other cup. So, I had my trash bag for back here. Well, I might use this as my trash bag for back here. I'll decide later. Anyway, Disney Princess, what's up? Hey, you. Some Gilbert subs are just. I've never. Okay, well, I don't think we have that in Arizona, Dustin. But if I get through the Dakotas, my fat butt'll try it. Um, although right now I'm really considering going doing the pescatarian thing, and I'm also going to be doing. I think I'm switching. If I once I get me a little fridge on here, I'm gonna try to do it as best I can. It's called the Code Red, a red code red, a red code diet. I can't do the keto because the keto messes with my blood sugars. Hey Joy, what's up? I already said hi to Disney Princess. I can't remember. Somebody told me about the apple. I did get an apple, so I don't know if you in here, but I did get the apple. For whoever's in here, I did get the apple. So I did that. But I'm probably gonna be switching over, at least trying to mimic what's known as the red code or code red diet. My father's the nurse, one of the nurses there, she told me about it because I was mentioning to her the keto because a lot of truckers are doing the keto diet. Um, that are with who watch like Road Dog Trucking, and a lot of them are doing very well. And I met an over the road trucker that worked for one of the trucking companies I was with, and he told me he had lost like 300, like I think he said he was almost 500 pounds. Him and his wife were on a truck together, and he gave me some information about the keto. Well, keto is not, it's actually a very good diet. Some people are having some really good success with it, but it's good for people who, if you have a diabetic issue and one other health issue that I have, that's a hereditary issue, it's not good for those two issues. So I'm staying away from keto, and I think I'm going to do code red. It's more of, it's instead of the ketones, it's going to deal with it's going to be a little bit higher in fat and less carbs, so it'll work better for me. Oh, I had caribou coffee. Caribou coffee is really good. Caribou coffee is very good. Hold on. Anywho, oh, this is water. Good. I'm gonna drink some water. My ice has turned to water. Hold on, y'all. Method to my madness, double styrofoam. Um, they don't do the styrofoam like they used to, so kind of a semi method to my madness. Um, okay, I'll deal with that later. Um, yeah, we'll get it later. Let's see who's in here. Dustin, as you know, I never tell where I'm at, and I do that on purpose so I can say what I gotta say without any issues. Plus, I'm gonna be like some of these other truckers. They don't pay me to do that. They ain't giving me no money to promote or demote them. Um, so I don't really tell where I'm at. It's just kind of that way. I don't. That way I can say what I can have to say. Right now, though, I mean, there's aspects of this company. It's a medium sized company. They got 900 trucks. Um, I really like the driver manager I have. I've had some decent driver managers. Swift, I had some good ones. Like the lady I had, she was pretty decent. I mean, I think there were a few issues at the end, and again, I think she was under certain pressure, so I'm not judging her on those issues. Um, but I don't. I've learned that I don't promote or demote companies based on this is soup based on who I work for. That way, I can say what I want to say without. Well, I guess I ain't got no juice. The juice must have spilled out in the bag. This was wonton soup, so it's just gonna be wontons now. Um, because I ain't got that much juice that stayed in the cup. Um, so yeah, I don't promote or demote based on trucking companies. I like soy sauce, which is probably not good because soy sauce has so much damn salt. But I do like soy sauce. Well, I guess there's a little juice down there. Oh, there's a little bit, but it ain't much. Anyway, yeah, I don't promote or demote based on the company I'm with. So y'all gonna see me eat the wontons. Um, I don't do that. This way I can say what I gotta say. Hey Jennifer, what's up, baby? All right, so let's talk about something because I did put that up there for a reason. I'm not your mama. So when I was in Jackson, I had a one of my well to be student. The guy was supposed to pick up in Albany. Well, he's supposed to either come meet me. I think was what the deal was. I had called him to let him know that the truck was most likely going to be ready, and asked him how long it was going to take him to get to me. And in Jackson, I knew that it was going to be about 2.5 hour drive. First, I sent him a text message, didn't hear from him. So then I followed up with a phone call, left a voicemail. He proceeded to tell me that he was studying. Hold on for a second, y'all. Even when I'm on the yard, I lock my doors, and I found I got a lock back here in the Peterbilt. He proceeded to tell me that he was studying for his hazmat and tanker endorsement, which told me he most likely was going to try to go with a local job. But I'm not going to tell him that. That's not my business. That's not my place. I went ahead and I was like, oh, okay, boopty boopty boop. He's like, well, I'm going to be taking the test on. So it had been, I picked the truck up Thursday. He was going to take the test Friday. And I said, well, sweetie, I can't wait for you. He says, I know you got to go make your money. He says, so I don't want to hold you up. That told me that he had something else planned, but I let the company know because that's my job. Hey, I'm trying to pick up so and so. So and so told me this. Well, my driver manager immediately responded. He said, yeah, he's probably looking for another job. Well, I can't really blame him. He waited a week for me. The truck went in the shop on Thursday. I was notified about him on Thursday. I let him know what's going on, told him you stay home because it didn't make any sense for him to come down there and wait in a hotel. They would have to pay for a hotel for him and me. Um, and I said, just stay home until I let you know the status of the truck, and then we'll work everything out from there. Um, he turned around And I talked to him on Thursday of the following week, and he told me, I was like, okay, this dude is not, he's not coming. And then my job manager said he's probably looking for another job. Of course. You waiting for a week for a trainer? Hell yeah. They're very short on trainers here. I think I was told they only have 39 trainers, 900 trucks. You do the math. It is a semi starter company that's going to tell you, and I call them a second chance and starter company. So a lot of the students that they've been giving me are only 100 hours. That's somebody who's either coming back into the industry and or they've had some sort of incident on their record, and so the company deemed them minor enough that they're willing to take them, but they have to go out with a mentor or instructor to see, basically, is this person able to handle the equipment? I mean, it's trucking, you're going to have incident. Like I told him, I said, my record's clean, but don't think I've never had almost issues. I've almost had issues. I almost took a fuel pump out at a Love's. There was construction in the area. I was tired. When I came in, it was a very tight love. You had to swing around. And so your trailer is at kind of this weird ass angle. And if you don't swing it hard enough, you are like right up on the damn pumps. So luckily enough, I looked back because I had to adjust going forward in order not to take out that damn Love's pump. So I'm going to be honest. It can happen to anybody out here. You have to pay attention out here. Um, I had an issue where I almost took out a damn fence on a pull up curve out. That trailer. I learned in my beginning stages, you're not just driving for the front of this truck. You're driving for that trailer, not only when you're backing, but when you're going forward. Um, and then watching some of the crazy shit other drive, God forgive me. I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying to stop swearing. All the crazy shiznit that other drivers do out here, um, to try to avoid some of the stuff you see. Like I don't ride up on people. I try to avoid that. The only time you should be really close to another driver is rush hour traffic. You don't really have much of a choice, but you should be going slow enough to where you're not going to have to slam them brakes and hit nobody, unless you're carrying water or liquid, which is what I was doing. They should give us extra money for them damn liquid loads, because that liquid load I had the other day, that the one I just talked about, and the mountain grades and mount gravy, curvy, inclines, declines. It was because I went into a lean like this. I was like, oh, I start praying because it felt like it was leaning, and you feel that slush. I mean, it's not heavy slush, but I know why they're now requiring you. Me and Danielle talked about this the other day, to have a tanker endorsement for liquid loads, and they should have been requiring it all along. Because if you don't understand surge, you'll have a bad damn day, especially in curves, turns. I saw a Love's, was it Love's tank? I think it was Love's. He had moved over too fast. That's the other thing. When you move any liquid load, that move has to be easy. And all of a sudden, his tanker started sliding, and I could tell he slowed that damn speed up, because that tanker, he was like this. He was like this, and this is the trailer. So this is him, right? He's like this, and he went to move over. He moved too fast, and the tanker started doing that veer like this, and he started sliding. I've slid in a truck before. That's some strap. You don't ever want to slide in a truck. Latrice, it can. Yeah, it can. When I talked to my dad's doctor, the keto can, because of some of the things you do with the keto. Um, Also, so I'm gonna probably do the red code, which is gonna be more low carb, and it has good impacts as well. Hey, She Brings, what's up, baby? Okay, yes, you understand what I mean by tank. So his tanker started, yeah, it started pulling the truck because he got that surge. And that surge, and I'm like, whoo, matter of fact, I saw that up in Tennessee. That's where I saw it at just recently too. And even with this load, I didn't know how this load was loaded. You know what, the paleo is an older diet. I don't know. I have to look at it. I'll take a look at the paleo. I did just research the red code, and I was impressed with how it is because it has some things in it. I love nuts. The lady who's doing, I put a link to her later on below if I can't remember in this video. I found a YouTube lady who's she does a lot with the red code diet. I know they do nuts, high in fats, um, a lot of nuts, low carbs, actually low to no carbs, which is something I need. I'm eating this right now. Shoot, what else? You can do, like, if you want meat, you could do meat. I like the fact they did fish. She talked about fish. I did like that because that's something I'm thinking about doing. Like, I was at Tyson the other day. That smell is atrocious. Oh, and the beef plants are the same way. I know it's kind of like a slaughterhouse. So you're gonna have that smell, but oh, I'm like, that smell. It doesn't matter who it is. Actually, anytime you're dealing with dead animals, and I know fish could probably smell bad, but who process fish? Fish is just water to ice. But the processing from some meat is just, whew, that's tough. Yeah, Surge is that's why she brings. They started yeah, Danielle saying the Surge. That's why they started requiring that if you had your tanker endorsements, they now require that over a certain amount, regardless whether it's actually a tanker or a van, any kind of equipment that's for these semi trucks that has over a certain amount of liquid, they now look at that as a tanker load because basically you have to have tanker endorsements, and the reason is the damn surge. They had too many trucks carrying these liquid loads, these babies going around these corners too fast, not understanding surge, and then laying on their side. Or because your surge can go side to side or front and back. So if you go to stop and you don't understand surge, that surge, even though you don't hit your brakes on a normal load that would stop you, it'll push you forward right into another vehicle. So you have to understand surge. And so to me, that was one of DOT done some stuff that irritating, but that is something that, yeah, I think is a winner. Yeah, I'm thinking about moving the fish. I'm thinking about moving the fish for a lot of reasons. I mean, I'm eating meat right now. I'm thinking about doing it with kind of a, what do you call it again? I forgot what they call it, pescatarian. Because I do love fish. Plus, I could still stay with my Asian food because I love Asian food is probably my top favorite food. Um, I'm just trying to give them a little longer. I told you I like to do my 90 days and then see before I install a inverter on here. And then I'm gonna get it's a freezer. It's a freezer unit. You can get it through. There's a couple different companies. Dometic is one, but it's expensive. But and then I put my microwave up here because they have a microwave thing up here, or a thing for your microwave. Put my microwave up here, and then I may get an Instapot. And then what you can do is I can do salmon patties. I know the macadamia nuts were huge. I love macadamia nuts. Um, Guacamole, stuff like that. She gave a really good thing on like the staples that she used as far as her main meals. And I was like, I can do this. I'm even though I'm fat, y'all, I love veggies. Like I got a sub right now. And out here, they don't believe in diets frizzing it out here. They want as much sugar, as much fat, as much carbs as they can get. And I'm gonna get back to my training in a minute. Um, so when I go get my sub, they be putting on a little bit of lettuce because they want more of the meat. I'm like, ma'am, I know I'm fluffy, but I love vegetables. Go and put some more lettuce on there. Put some more onions on there. I like my sub. My sub mainly have about this much meat and about this much vegetables because I can do that. I don't know what race you talking about, but okay. Well, Disney princess, hope that works. Whatever race it is, I hope it's good. Yeah, oh, okay. I didn't know you. Oh, if you got a chance to drive something with Surge in it, that's a beautiful thing. I think that's a really good idea. Um, It's like the girl that I had, the Nigerian chick that I had on my truck who didn't know about damn how not to roll back on grades because they didn't train her on that. They just taught her how to shift the damn truck, and she didn't know how to drive grades. And that was something I was we learned grade driving doing on and off ramps in Arizona. I mean, they could have took us up to Flagstaff, but your on and off ramp will serve the same purpose of grades on how not to roll back. And that baby hadn't even. I'm like, I don't know. She went through Swift school. I don't know. And y'all wonder why I didn't want to be a Swift instructor. Like I said, Swift has its good points. There's just some things like I think that the school here, I think needs to be longer too. They school here is only 2 weeks, which I think is scary as hell. Um, Swift's is 3 weeks. What that tells you is that the trainer, y'all forgive me, I'm gonna have to move my foot up because it's not going to sleep. The trainer is gonna be doing. I'll turn it this way. The trainer, me and Danielle talked about this. The trainer is gonna be doing the majority of the damn training. They're gonna be doing what my school did in 6 months, well 3 months road range. But even the 3 extra months, you're gonna be doing all of that in your 240 hours. Here is 240 hours, Swift is 250 on your 240 hours with the student. So you're gonna be doing everything that a trucking school did because all they doing is basically teaching them how to turn the truck on and go forward and go back. That's it. They not doing any of the other training, which to me is more critical before you get them over the road in this truck. And the reason I say that is because most of the trainers that you get out here don't give a damn about these students. Just like driving broken equipment, all they doing is telling that student to get behind the wheel and go forward so they can get them miles and that money. And so, unfortunately, you're going to get a few trainers who are good trainers who are going to be thorough, and then you're going to get the other trainers that don't give a damn about anything other than miles and money. And the sad part is that's cutting those off to spite face because you just put somebody on the road who you could run into years later or months later who kill your ass or family members because you all you doing is seeing the instant gratification. You're not seeing the long term effects of putting somebody dangerous on the road. NASCAR, okay. All right, and then let me go ahead and get into the students. So, my student, his name is Cody. Y'all ain't gonna know him, so he's not on here. So Cody contacted me yesterday and left me a voicemail. Hey, Miss Shannon, you seem like an easy person to talk to, and I need some advice. I only talked to him once on the phone, or twice, and well, twice or once, twice. So I talked to him when I first was going to get him, and then I talked to him at the end when he told me he was studying for his endorsements. He's like, "Yeah, you seem like an easy person to talk to, and I need some advice." Da 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 da. So he proceeded to tell me that he had tried taking the test, had not passed the test, missed him by about 2 points. He was trying to get his tanker endorsement and his hazmat. So I asked him, I said, Cody, I've taken all those. I said, matter of fact, before moving my license to Texas, I had all my endorsements except for passenger. And I've taken the hazmat test twice because one time while I was out of the industry, I let my hazmat fall off because you have to go back to, I think you have to either retake the test or go back for another check or something. I can't remember, but you have like a certain time frame with TSA for your hazmat to be active, and then after so many months, years, whatever it is, I think it's years, a couple of years or whatever. I mean, I can't remember what it is. You have to then go and reapply for your hazmat, and I think you have to take the test again with DOT. Jennifer, hold on. I'm starting trucker school August 5th. I thank you for all the advice and knowledge that you and your fan base have shared. I'm looking forward to joining trucker life. Okay, yeah, just let me know how it goes. Let me know if you know what trucking school you're going to. Um, and I'm happy it helps. That's kind of what I've realized was that the group of people that watch me, a lot of them are newer drivers or drivers coming into the industry, and I think that started back with my first video when I was in trucking school, like all the way in the beginning. And y'all see me, if y'all can, if it lets you go back that far, because for a while people can even go back that far. I don't know what YouTube did, but my very first video, you see me at trucking school, and you see me out on the road range walking across the yard. And I think I did one in my Scion back when I had my Scion. Prime is good. I'm very impressed with Prime's program. If I can lose the weight, I'll be honest, Prime is probably where I might end up going. Um, Let me rephrase that. Let me speak some things into existence. Me and Nikki was talking about the power of the tongue. When I lose this weight, Prime may be where I close it out at, because I'm looking for ownership of a truck. And that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, Prime is actually, I think, good. And whether you stay with them, I think their training, it sounds like it's really, really good. I've been watching I like Junior Honduras, and there's another one. She doesn't do a lot of like her videos on here, but I linked with her, Tiffany Hannah. But Tiffany's not with them anymore. She's uh she's doing something with Uber, I think Uber Freight or something like that. She's one of they chose like a group of drivers, and she was one of the new groups of drivers who was chosen for the Uber. And the weird part was a lot of the drivers were from other countries, and she was, I think, the only African American female chosen. So very impressed with Tiffany, and congrats to her. Christian sister to my knowledge, and and veteran. So yeah, so I was very happy, and I know we're linked on Facebook. Um, but very impressed with her. Oh my God, what are they talking about now? Hold on, y'all. Let me see what this message is. I'll read it in a little bit. They talking about editing the log. I'm gonna deal with that later. Um, anywho, I'm gonna finish my live, and then I'm gonna deal with this drama. Um, Back to what I was saying. I'm gonna deal with that drama because I don't know what they're doing. I'm totally discombobulated on whatever the hell they're doing. I don't know what the weekend crew is doing. I have no idea. Um, anyway, back to Cody. So Cody contacted me. When did he contact me? Cody contacted me. Well, Thursday. It was Thursday. Told me that. Oh no, he contacted me yesterday and asked me for my advice. Um, he apparently was having problems passing his test. And so I told him, I asked him, I said, well, question for you. When you're taking these tests, are you able to skip? Because it sounds like he was just going through the questions. So I'm finding out some people are getting written tests depending on the city and state you're in. And I guess you have to go. No, I was going over to check. Hey, Chicago BBW. I was going over to check the Qualcomm, and I'm thinking. So I went to check Qualcomm and then get back to my train of thought. I'm wide awake today. Um, I slept very good last night. So, and I'm thinking because they're so weird right now. I don't even know what the hell they're doing. So I'm right now. I'm not even dealing with these people here because I don't know what they're doing. I got the ghetto trailer. They giving me another load talking about California. I have no idea what's going on with that. I don't know. I have no idea. So right now I'm not even worried about it. I'm gonna finish my live. Then I'm gonna go up here and deal with this, and I'm gonna unpack my stuff, and then go deal with this. Um, because I'm dealing with weekend dispatch, and they are a hot ass mess. That's all I gotta say. So, and I gotta go back and edit my logs. I haven't even done any of that. And then I still gotta take this damn paperwork in here and have them stamp stuff. It's drama. So that's why I'm just kind of like I'm going doing what I'm doing, and I'm not worried about them right now because it's irritating dealing with weekend because I don't think they know what the hell they're doing. And I don't know how much to say because if I say too much, I don't want them sending me on a bunch of shuttle runs. Whatever they sending me is to pick up something and go to California. So I might just do that if that's what they're gonna do because the other load is sitting here on the yard and I don't even know if it's clear if I'm taking that load, leaving that load. The communication on the weekend is shoddy. It's just shoddy. I came in with this trailer. They were gonna give me another load to Laporte. Oh, let's back up and I'm gonna tell you about what's going on. So when I came with this trailer, it's got stuff wrong with it. I went through inspection line. You're right, V Griffith. They don't know what the hell they doing. I go through inspection line. Inspection line, they don't really give a crap. They getting ready to get off work. Okay. I come in, they say drop the trailer. The trailer's been red tagged. He tell me he can't see the wire I'm talking about, which is there. I just went by the trailer again. The wire is there. You can see it hanging down on the ground. Um, at this point, this morning they sent me a load to pick up at LaPorte. Question: didn't I just send y'all something yesterday telling y'all this trailer got red tagged here? So it says 0 miles. So that tells me that whoever's sending me to LaPorte thinks I'm in LaPorte. How do you think I'm in LaPorte? I'm sitting here in Texarkana, and I told you yesterday that this damn load was T called here in Texarkana. Okay. So I sent a message back this morning. I said, look, the trailer's T called, or the trailer is red tagged here in Texarkana. I'm here on the lot. I'm not in LaPorte. I was waiting for this trailer to be done so I could take it over to LaPorte. So then all of a sudden they canceled the next load that they had me picking up in LaPorte that was coming back up here to Texarkana or up into Arkansas to Walmart. They canceled that off me. Then she said, let me know when the trailer is done and when you're running with the new trailer. Okay. Then they give me a load saying something about tanker endorsement, which means it's a liquid load that's going to California. But that's the load we're giving you so you can be, and I'm presuming it's home time. Well, I canceled my home time for next week because I didn't run for a week, so that affects my money. And I told you I'm gonna run for 2 more weeks. I rescheduled my doctor's appointment to the 16th. They don't know. Now, me and my driver manager, he knows. We talked about it, and in my understanding, it's canceled. And I've rescheduled my other home time. I don't know what the hell the weekend dispatch is doing. So at this point, I just stopped responding, and I'm like, nobody's told me, okay, Shannon, leave that load here. We're gonna give it to another driver. Now they're coming back talking about, and I think it's editing my on duty time. I know how to do that. I know how to edit my own duty time. I just haven't done it. I'll work on that later. So I don't know if they're going through logs. I don't know what they're doing. I'll work on that later. I'm gonna work on it at 4:30 once they ass is gone. And then you got the night dispatch that don't know crap. That's why I tell my driver manager, please give me a run that keeps me busy through the weekend. He gave me a run that was gonna end today. I was gonna pick it up and I was taking it down to LaPorte. That's the load that I had to bring in here. Well, on Sunday, trailer shop is closed. Tractor is open. They've red tagged this because not only does it have the issues that I had that they didn't write down, but it also is due for whatever its normal service is. So the trailer's sitting here in the same spot I dropped it out at 4:30 yesterday. Red tag. I can't drive it. So it's not going to be seen until Monday. So right now they sending something. I'm not even worried about these folks right now. I have no idea because they talking about a load in Baytown, Texas. Well, I think that means I'm still doing this LaPorte load and taking it to LaPorte from here in Arkansas once it's done on Monday. And then I'm picking up the load to Baytown and going to Cali. And I'm just going to check in with him and say, I can do that. But let me get back to Mr. Cody. So there's a whole bunch going on with Mr. Cody. So, but that's what's going on. So that's why I was looking. So V Griffith, when you saw me do this, that's me thinking. I'm like, so I'm dealing with folk and the communication is hard. So here's an example of what I did like about Swift. Okay, let me give you an example. Swift didn't have inspection bay like this, not whatsoever. Their inspection bay, it sucked. All they did was just they checked the trailer, and that was sometimes a half-ass check. When Knight took over, they downstreamed a lot of that for financial reasons because they're trying to get Swift's money back right. Um, so like the shop in Phoenix and in Utah used to be 24/7. That is not the case. At least it wasn't the case when I left Swift. And so if you went in with any trailer issue 24/7, you had shop availability for your truck, for your trailer. You don't now have that anymore. They're now open only during business hours. But what I did like is when I went through the inspection bay, if there was an issue with that trailer, if they red tagged that trailer, they usually had you drop that trailer. They had like two or three spots near the inspection bay where you dropped it, or they told you to take it back to the trailer over near trailer supply or tractor or trailer repairs. Drop it over there. Okay. You would drop the trailer, but in the system, they automatically put that the trailer was red tagged. Dispatch saw it and maintenance saw it. There was no question about it. Here, I don't know if that communication is the case. So obviously, when I sent that communication, you trying to give me a load, it sounds to me as if maybe the shop got something about maintenance on that trailer, but dispatch didn't. That's a huge communication gap because dispatch should then communicate with the planner. We're going to have to reschedule this load, especially a reefer load. That's money. We're going to have to reschedule this load because the trailer is in red tag status and we won't know when. Let the shipper, let the consignee know. Okay. Right. Disney Princess hit it right. Weekend and night dispatch, and I don't give a damn what company it is. They are normally horrid. Communication is bad. I think it's all new trainees. It's just absolutely freaking insanity. So I already knew I was gonna work on my logs. I put myself in. I think I'm in sleeper berth or off duty. I can't remember, but one of the two. And I'm gonna go and edit it. I just wasn't doing it right now. I said I'm gonna wait till around 4:30 and go in here and do it because I didn't want to have to deal with them, and I don't want them sending me on a whole bunch of shuttle bull crap today. Thank you, Jennifer. Um, so back to Cody. So Cody said, so this the mama thing. This the mama thing. So Cody and I talk, and I said, Cody, look, I said, if you're not passing, I said, I passed all of my endorsements, with the exception of passenger. I just never took it. I should have taken it when I was at trucking school, but I didn't do it. And it wouldn't have cost, but I think $10 or $20 more. I was on a budget and I didn't really think about driving a bus. My whole focus was trucks. So I could kick myself now because that would be a great endorsement to have in case I ever decided to drive, whether it be Greyhound, whether it be city bus, whether it be charter bus. Trucker Bill has even driven charter bus and all, and regular, even city bus. He did all that. So he's done everything in the transportation realm with the exception of trains and planes. Um, so Cody says to me, he's like, well, Miss Shannon, and he says, the thing is, I always have a horrible experience when it comes to trainers, and I'm really having a hard time wanting to leave home, and da 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 da. Y'all, let me help y'all. What did I just tell y'all? I'm not somebody who's just about money. So I said to him, I said, Cody, look. I left trucking for 5 years. I said, I like driving a truck. I hate the trucking company bullcrap. I hate all the games. It's a bunch of games. I said, I love driving a truck. If they would, it's sad because all the games in trucking are what really are driving people out of the industry. People get sick of it and then they go to another industry and they don't come back. And now you have a 200,000 driver shortage in America. And you wonder why? Boom, there it is. So, um, I told him, I said, I left for 5 years. I said, and I had to come back. I said, this company is only requiring you 100 hours of time. I said, I had to do 250 hours. I said, and let me help you out. I was almost done the first time, went under a second person, fractured my ankle, and then had to do another 250. I said, so in essence, I did 590 hours coming back into the industry. I said, I was down on a workman's comp for about 6 months, came back into the industry. I said, granted, they paid, they took care of everything. It was about 6. It was a while. I was down with that fractured ankle. Was I 3 or 4 months down with the fractured ankle? And then I think I was a couple months in. Yeah, it was almost 6 months. Um, and then I came back, and that's when I got Trainer Bill from Swift. He's the one y'all see the little poster child of him up at Bill L at He's on the boards at, like, if you see him, there's a couple of chicks that they did, and then you got Bill L, who's been training for 22 years. He's been with Swift over 22 years. I think he's been training for like almost that amount of time. And he was an owner op for a little bit. Now he's back to company. Real nice guy though. Um, Girl, I'm getting ready to tell you. You gonna love what he said to me. So, cause it's getting ready to get real. Nice guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. He's a nice guy. Um, I think he sounds like a sweet guy. I think he would probably do well on the truck with me. But he said that he just had, and he talks about it because he asked me. He says, "I don't like people to scream at me." And he said, "In my trainers, all the trainers I've had, hold on, y'all, ears itching. All the trainers I've had, they treat me stupid, like I'm stupid, and they talk to me." And he says it's like I can't never do anything right. And he said, and then sometimes they'll scream at me. I said, "Honey, let me explain something to you." I said, "Honey, I am 51 years old. If I gotta be, I think I had one trainee, which is that Nigerian girl that made me scream, and I knew it was time for her to get her off this truck. I said, if I have to be up here screaming at you, I said, then you need to not be on my truck. I said, you need to not be on the truck with me, and you need a whole nother trainer. I'm not gonna be up in here screaming and hollering at people. I'm not. It's not how I roll. I said, so right off the top, it's not what I'm gonna do. I said, we're gonna have adult conversation. It's just like that crazy ass I had on here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go and put it that way. That dude who was talking to me crazy. Before he went to talking to me crazy, I told him because I could tell things were different. Hey, Nikki, see what's up? Um, I told him. I said, Nikki, we gonna get to it. I told him. I said when I talked to the guy who I had, I said I had a trainee who was real special. I said I did not raise my voice. Danielle and Nikki J can attest to this because I sent them the recording. I did not raise my voice. I spoke to him calmly. I'm 51 years old. One, because he's talking crazy and something is not right. But even in that, I've come to a conclusion. There's only so much shiznit I'm going to put up with off of anybody. So, and see, I think they want me to correct these logs so then they can start having me do these damn shuttle runs between Tysons. I'm so cool on it. I'm going to stick with what I got right now and I'll deal with that. They done sent me a pre plan that don't even have a set pickup date yet. I'm going to deal with all that later. I'm not going to deal with it now. I'm going to deal with it later tonight. Um, Right? Danielle know because I let Danielle hear his his message he left me. I think he's a sweet person. I get that he's even possibly a Christian guy. Um, but he's like, I don't, I'm just having a hard time leaving home. I'm very close to my wife. Boop de boop de boop. And I told him, I said, look, I'm not going to convince you to come out here and do this because if this ain't what you want to do, your heart's not going to be in it. You're not going to be dedicated to it. You're going to get out here and then you may decide in between our training, this ain't what you want to do. And the next thing you know, you're going home. And it's going to be kind of a waste of my time and a waste of your time. I said, however, what I am going to help you with is this. When you're taking your testing, I said, I said, does your state allow you to skip in the test that you do on the computer because in Arizona, when you take the test, and I don't know, Danielle, if Texas did the same thing or where you got your CDL initially. When I went through the test, and Nikki, you can tell me if Nikki J is still on here, you can tell me if Arizona still does it the same way. Flossie said there was no skip on hers. That's new. If that there was a skip. So what I do is I practice the CRISP and I practice any free CDL practice test I could for hazmat. Even when I got my original license, I just practiced all online computer tests. Granted, we went through a book about this thick for my school because I told you it was like 6 months long, 3 months classroom, and our book was this thick. Okay. Um, we went through all of those. Are they sending another message? Hold on, y'all. I know I'm gonna edit the time later. I ain't paying no attention to them. Okay, there's a skip, right? Yeah. Keys to the Kingdom. if your state allows you. Now, I know some of you guys have told me you're in smaller towns that have reached out to me in the background and they only have paper tests, which I was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. I'm like, a paper test? I ain't seen a DMV paper test. Child, since I was 18 years old when I first I drove a motorcycle first. My motorcycle test was a paper test. Paper test? The hell? Hey, magical girl. Okay. Nikki, thank you. My method, and I didn't get Shannon did not come up with that on her own. Trucker Doll did not come up with the when I was in trucking school, one of the guys, he was one of the Sudan boys. He still works for Swift today. He's a lease purchase op. Name is Michael. We went to school together. He was in my class. And this ain't the Michael that I team with. This is a different Michael. He's one of the Sudanese rescue boys from the genocide that they were doing over in Sudan, and America was bringing these Sudanese people over because they were killing all the Christian Sudan people. Okay, and he's one of the Sudanese rescue guys, black guy. Shannon, I tell you how to pass. He had driven bus, so he had a CDL for a bus, for like a school bus. I tell you how to pass. I'm like, okay. He said, because I don't like tests. He said, answer what you know. Skip what you think you know. Skip what you don't know. Get as many right as possible. And then when those questions come back up, answer to the best of your ability. As soon as you hit 80 some percent, the test cuts off. You pass. Child, that's why I'm thinking about moving my license back to Arizona, because I don't know if Lubbock does that. Danielle, you tell me if you go get your hazmat. No, I'm in the same truck. This is a Peterbilt. I'm in the Peterbilt. So yeah, they fixed it. They fixed it. You might not have caught the first part of the video. It was fixed on Thursday, and they have to use no parts. It was the Bindex system. We'll come back to that. Um, so if your state allows it, and you on a computer-based test, first of all, how I did it, I did all these online tests that are free. One of them is CRIST, CRST. You can do CRIST, CRST, CDL, free CDL, or just CDL test. There's a whole bunch of them and they free. You ain't got to pay for nothing. There's some of these companies out here trying to get y'all to pay. Hell no. Most of the questions that was in that test were worded almost verbatim to what's on that test that you take at least in Arizona at the DOT. I'm just saying. For commercial DMV, some of them test questions were verbatim. Okay, I don't know, Nikki. I know that's what I saw. DMV Genie. Okay, y'all. DMV Genie, Nick is saying from the App Store. Bam! Nikki J. I haven't used that, but I'm going to be downloading it because I got to redo my hazmat test. I'm so pissed off about that. I said, I'm going to send this to you, and I said, I'll send you some of the tests that I use. I said, and what I do, how I did it, I just kept taking the test over and over again until I was getting 100%. And what I would do, I wouldn't take the same app test. So I had like five or six different websites that I had free CDL testing from. And actually YouTube even has some that you can do in the video. I had that, and I was doing with paper. I was doing it until I was at 100% on all the tests, and I would randomly do them until I was hitting all of them at 100%. At that point, I scheduled to go down to DMV, and I took the test for hazmat. If you do that, I'm gonna tell you, and again, just like what he said, Shannon, I tell you how to pass. Answer what you know. Skip what you think you know. What you think you know. You think it's the right answer, skip it anyway. And skip what you don't know. So what you're doing is saying, I'm only answering what I know because I know I'm going to get 100%. I know this is the right answer. Answer that. I'm going to get 100% for the ones that I answer. Get as many of those out the way so then it leaves a smaller amount that you have left to hit that 80, 85, whatever percentage is required for you to pass. Once that happens, the test cuts off and you pass. It's not hard. It's a strategy. Trust me, that strategy works. That's how I got my CDL in the beginning. That has been my methodology ever since. Bam. And even if you do that, at least you practice. Like I said, the questions on the free practice, like the CRIST, virtually, I'm gonna say 75% of the questions I saw, maybe more, were verbatim. Were basically worded almost verbatim to what I saw on the DMV test in Arizona. Okay, verbatim, exactly the wording. Now, some of them might have been twisted a little bit. They might have been changed up a little bit, but the answer was still the same damn answer if you understood it. How many sides of a trailer should you have placarded? All four sides. 4, 2, 1. Okay? Verbatim. Or on a hazmat load, there are four sides to the trailer. Uh, where should placards be placed? It's the same. I just said the same question, just a little bit differently. Four sides. 4, 2, 1, 3. Come on, y'all. So it's just worded differently, but it's the same dang question. So it's almost the same. So all you're doing is you said, so anyway, let's get back with Mr. Cody. So I told Mr. Cody, he's like, well, we don't have a skip feature here. He's in Albany, Georgia, and I don't know if he told me he had I don't know what he told me the percentage was. And I didn't even ask him, was it computer based? I didn't ask. Danielle, I don't know. I don't remember Albany, and I've probably been through there, Georgia. But Danielle said it's a very small area. So he's in Albany, Georgia, probably out in the country, and probably like in Lubbock. Lubbock is small. They got one person in Lubbock that handles your hazmat test at the DMV. Okay. So Lubbock is very, very small. I'm gonna check with this company because I want to see if I can move my license back to Arizona and if it's still okay. I believe they do hire out of Arizona, so it might be okay. Oh, okay, Nikki. I didn't know that. I just did all mine online. So Nikki J just told us that Chris allows you to email the practice test to yourself with the correct answers on it, even if you get the answers wrong to the question. Great benefit. Yeah, I didn't even know they did that, but that's cool too, because then you could print it out and study that as well. Also, I think Chris or one of them gives you the reasoning behind the correct answer. So it explains it too. So if you get it wrong, one of them explains it, which helps you learn better. Can't remember. It might be all of them. I can't remember. I know one of them gave you explanation to the answer once it gave you the correct answer. I can't remember if that's Chris or not. But I had several different sites I was using. So that's how to pass. If y'all need to pass, anybody watch this, need pass. So I sent him that. Danielle's getting ready to do her hazardous material too, and I sent her that. Um, Nikki was already on the path, so I'm not worried about Nikki. Nikki was on the path, and she got hers. Congratulations, by the way. Nikki got her tanker and her hazmat endorsements, and she just recently passed. So Nikki J. Now, Nikki J, talk to She Brings Fuel. She's on here. I think she's still on here. And she can talk to you about tanker because it is something I'm considering. I am. As I'm getting older, it's good money. I'm considering it. And then I would be either home in Arizona or another state. I'm not sure yet. And I want to buy some land where I can do a tiny home. And my tiny home, so when people hear me say tiny home, like Danielle, I think y'all was thinking about the 455, 50 square feet. No, baby, I am. Even if once I lose this weight, I need some room to move. I don't want to be looking at a wall of another wall. So I'm looking at least 1,000 square feet or more. Oh, doubles and triples. You didn't have doubles? Okay, so you only had your CDL then. You didn't have all your endorsements. Okay. Yes, I have everything now except for hazmat and passenger. Okay, cool beans. All right, congrats, girl. See, my kids is doing it. They doing the dang thing. Um, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Oh, so Mr. Cody proceeds to tell me, he's like, well, he says, Miss Shannon, would you still be willing to take me as a student if I come on over to the company? And I said, "Well, Cody, you're gonna have to talk to them about that." I said, I was there in Georgia. Y'all gotta hear this. I was there in Georgia, and you were doing your testing. I don't have a problem with that. You're trying to better yourself. I'm always about people trying to better themselves. He proceeds to tell me that he had somebody from his church who was going to offer him a job, I think doing fuel, if he could get his tanker and hazmat endorsements. I said, "Well, when can you take the test again?" He says, "I can take it on Tuesday." I said, "Well, I'm going to send you something to try to help you." I said, and then I said, "Why don't you send me?" He didn't send an email address, but I just sent it to his text messaging. I said, "Go ahead and send me your email address and I'll forward this to you." And he goes, "Well, if I come on the truck with you, you'll help me study." Now, y'all, I'm a 51. I'm very direct. I said, "No, I will not." Straight up. No, that's not. I'm not here to help you pass your test. I'm not here to help you study your test. It ain't that kind of partnership here. My goal is to make sure that you can drive this truck for this company safely. It ain't got crap to do with helping you study for your hazmat, your doubles and triples. And it's not that I'm not trying to help you, but that is your responsibility. The same Ain't nobody got in a room other than to offer me some wisdom on how to take the test. Nobody sat with me and said, "Shannon, okay, we're going to sit up and we're going to go ahead and study questions 5 through 10." Now, if there's a question, if there's a test they have to take here, like at Swift, they had to do a test when they tested off your truck, a written test. So I had to do it too, even though I was coming back to them, even though I had experience, they required me to do a written test. So my trainer, he helped me with just going through the questions, of what the questions were going to look like on the test. They gave me the questions for this company, so I can go and read, and then I can walk to the student and say, "Okay, not only do you have to drive test, not only are you going to have to back once you're off my truck, you're also going to have to do a written test with this company." Theirs is really freaking easy. Uh, I don't even think it's 10 questions. Swift had like, I don't know, 20, 30 damn questions. It was a long little test. Um, Good test. I mean, it dealt with everything from Qualcomm usage, trip planning. I have to give them credit. Swift's written test was actually a good little. It gave you a good synopsis of your job. I mean, it showed you trip planning. If you get this load and it's offered to you, can you complete this load as a solo driver? And this is where you're at on your clock. It was a very good test. It talked about trip planning, hours. I mean, it did a phenomenal job, right? It's a hot ass mess. So then it gets better. I just have to share this because that's why I put I'm not your mama. So then I could tell the baby's young because the lady told me he was young, but in talking to him, he's young. And I think his wife must be a little cougar because he told me his wife was 40 something. And I was like, okay, because he didn't say I'm older, because I said, "Do you have little ones?" I said, "No." I said, "Okay, well, in case you do have little ones." He's like, "Oh, my wife is 40 something. I don't think that's going to happen now." And I said, "Well, that just because she's 40 something, if her body is still having a monthly cycle, y'all, she can still have kids. I mean, just might have to have some special work." I had a friend of mine was in her 40s when she had her children, and she did, I think, in vitro, whatever they call it, because she wanted two kids. So she has two boys. But and she's in her late 50s now, and her one son is damn near grown. Um, so I turned around and I'm like, okay, I'm listening to him, and he really does sound young. I mean, he sounds like he's probably in his 20s. So mama got her a young male. And so he goes, "Well, he says, I just had really bad luck with trainers." He said, "But there's something about you that's easy to talk to." I said, "Like I said, I'm 51 years old. I'm not going to be on this truck screaming at you and hollering. I am too damn old. I don't have kids. The kids that I raised were my two brothers for a portion of their life. And I think I rarely screamed and hollered at them. And I grew up with a mother who did a lot of screaming and hollering for a part of my life. I can't stand it. It's irksome. It's irksome. And when I got to start screaming and hollering, we need to break ties. I need you to go away." I I am not about a lot of stress. I just, and the older you get, the less stress you want to deal with. And also the stuff that you're stressing about is usually not important. It's like totally non-important stuff. So getting back to everything, Cody proceeds to tell me, he's like, "Well, Can you talk to Miss Jeannie? Because I think that she was kind of done with me when I told her I was going to, and she told me she'd wait to hear from me Monday. Monday has, what's today? I started rolling Thursday. No, Monday. This Monday coming up. He says, and can you talk to her and let her know that I want to come on your truck? And I said, well, I said no, I can't do that. I almost want to tell him I'm not your damn mama. No, I can't. I can't. I can't do that, son. I said, Cody. I said, first of all, this is employment. I said, it is a job. I said, and I used to manage people. I said, and if I had to interview somebody whose mama, friend, or somebody in the company had called me to talk to me to convince me that that person might want to go out for training at this date because they're doing XYZ, I'm going to be honest, I probably would not hire you. Because to me, it's your responsibility if you want a job to communicate effectively with the company to let them know what you're doing. It's not Trucker Doll, not Shannon's job to do that. It's not my job to do that. You the one trying to do what you're doing. So you need to work that out with these people. Now the second part is you need to understand the industry. It's a 200,000 damn driver shortage. If you come back to these people and you ain't got no major issues and they was willing to hire you, it's highly likely they're still going to take you. Now, they could say no because you've made other choices. But on top of that, I said to him, I said, and then there's other things. I said, you might not get me as a trainer because I might not be in your neck of the woods. I was in your neck of the woods for a freaking week. You told these people you were studying for this, and I started driving. I'm back in Arkansas on my way south to Texas, and I'm going to be driving whatever area they give me for the next 2 weeks. And then I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona for home time. I said, so, I said, and it sounds to me is this is only a temporary fix for you until you can get on the truck. I said, so what I would do, go ahead and do your test on Tuesday. If that don't work out, talk to Jeannie and see what she said. Now, as far as me, I don't have a problem with you on the truck. I said, but now they got to try to either route me back to you or route you. Well, I would think it's easier for you to come to me. Negro, please. Ninja next. And he a white guy. Ninja next. Everything is to Cody's. Get the hell out of here. You just told these people while I was out there you weren't interested. You better get your A on a bus and come on out here to Texarkana, Arkansas. Get off that bus, go to the hotel, and say, "Can you arrange for her to pick me up?" Crazy. I ain't your mama. But I realized, I said he's got probably got a woman who handles everything for him. That's why, like grown little boy like my dad, just like Grumpy, some grown males. That's Grumpy. All he want to do is work. He want to turn over whatever portion of money he could to the house, other than what he wants to give, and then sit on his ass and watch TV. And that would be happy for him to have a woman who would put up with that. And then she handle everything else, and he just sit there and look at TV all day. That's Cody, grown little boy. I'm like, oh Lord. So I don't know what's going on with Mr. Cody. He, like I said, very nice guy. But all I saw was, oh my God, this is a grumpy in disguise. Like the other one on here was a grumpy in his own way. The whole health, I'm not managing my health. I'm not managing my diabetes. I'm a lie about stuff. He's a compulsive liar too. Lied about he was a new diabetic. Dude had been diabetic for over 15 freaking years. I can't. I don't have the energy for. That's why I said no, Cody. You need to talk. I didn't even. First, I was gonna send a message that I had heard from him. I'm like, I'm not even gonna do that. I said, now you're welcome to tell her you talked to me, and I'm okay with training you. I said, but they're gonna have to work out how you gonna get on this truck. That's not up to me. That's gonna have to be worked out with the company. If they get me a load to come pick you up, great. If not, how long do you think it took me? I said, as I told you when we talked before, Cody, it's 100 hours. 100 hours a week. You and I should know. A week of driving is 70 hours if you can do 10 hours a day. The next part is 30 hours. That's 30 hours. That's 3 days. That's 100 hours right there. Honestly, that shouldn't take you more than 2 weeks. Even if we go into team drive phase, you do 10 hours every day. It should not take you more than 10 it should not take you more than 2 weeks. Because what I would normally do is probably let him go ahead and do 10 hours and just do his 10-hour break. We drive him to his 10-hour break, and then let him get in the seat. And I said, the first 20 hours, you doing all the driving because the minimum, I'm going to do, if it's a driver who has experience, I'm going to do 20 hours in the front seat with you. Within the 2 days, I should be able to see. Like that genius that was in here, I knew after watching him, it was going to move to 50 hours. I watched him day one, you couldn't stay awake. Day two, you couldn't stay awake. You couldn't even do a full 10-hour shift. So now I got to sit in the seat with you 50 hours because something ain't right. So, yeah. So, Mr. Cody is looking for a mama. Can I contact her? I don't know. Ninja, I don't know you. And I ain't had you. And you mean to tell me you a grown ass man who can't call a company and explain your situation? I'm so cool. Look, I want to tell them you might want to have your 40-some-year-old wife call and do that for you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just like, bro, you a grown man. Man up. Man up. You're a grown male. Anyway, y'all, let me say this. For I ain't said this. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you don't like it, somebody else might like it. In the words of D-Boy Stan, still give me a thumbs up. And please share out the video so they can find out about the channel. And hopefully we help some people with some wisdom. You also can go to the Trucker 411, D-Boy Stance. What's my homeboy? JJ Gaming is he goes by Chi-Town Trucker for his trucking channel. And then the other one is DCI Jams. And I don't know if that girl has anything up, but that girl might have a channel. I don't know if she started yet. All of those people are with different trucking companies, but you can always hit them up on the Trucker 411 on Facebook. And we're gonna get some more videos up on the regular Trucker 411 Google, but I mean YouTube, but I haven't done it yet. I'm supposed to do a food video and I haven't done mine yet. I was gonna do that when I got home next week because I have stuff on my laptop, I got stuff on the other phone, I got stuff on this phone, and I got a whole bunch of places. So I'm gonna see if I can do a compilation video of everything. And I still have to rig the camera up here for the road views because that's coming as well. But that'll be on this channel. But the food places, I'm gonna do a video on that because I have found some good places for the truck or to park the truck and then go get you some food. But yeah. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Let me see if I got any questions in here. Y'all, I know. Nikki girl, dog, I can't, y'all. Pacifiers not included. Disney princess, wait, want, child. Oh my God. Yeah, and Danielle hit it up yesterday talking about the tit. Y'all see, some of y'all picked it up right away. The titty ain't out the mouth yet. This baby asked me to contact the company. I don't even know you, man. I ain't even met you. It was a phone conversation. And I get, my personality. I have a kind of a mama like personality, which some of y'all have probably picked up on, probably from rearing my brothers, probably from ministry stuff. Thank you, magical girl. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I got anything. Any questions? Okay. Yeah, I done been on here an hour and a half, so I ain't gonna be here much longer. But Hall Play Disney princess, you ain't got no sense. Also, I'm gonna say this for y'all, because I do also get relational for every reasons. I'm not in a relationship. Have I been in them? Yes. And I get where you have relational issues, whether you are a spouse and your spouse is at home, and I've had more than one person, whether some people are in alternative lifestyle relationships, and I get questions there too, or issues. I do not deal in domestic stuff. There's a reason for it. And usually, if it's something domestic, please don't take offense. I back myself out of that situation, similar to like if he got on here, it's kind of like that one student. If y'all ever P Wimpy Leadfoot, remember P Wimpy Leadfoot? He was with the chick who was married, and he was one of my Swift students, and he veteran, 18 years, almost hit a car and a whole bunch of drama. Um, and was with the married chick and all that stuff. He got on here with a whole bunch of drama. I don't get involved in that because and let me say this, I'm not judging anybody because I've been in relational drama too. I don't believe you can be human and not be in it. I think some of it is knowing who you are, which is how we end up in relational drama. I think that some of it is um knowing what you're willing to tolerate and not tolerate, knowing your value and your worth. which is why most people end up in relationships with people who are substandard. I hate to put it that way. People who are beneath the level of where you're at. Okay, and I say that because I've had a lot of people that have reached out to me in the background through chat, through phone. I've even had phone conversations with folks. And when I was in ministry, I would sit in ministry and just look at people like this. I had a manager who considers me her in Lubbock, who considers me her mentor because I have more management experience than her, but she ended up being my supervisor when I was at Wells. She shared a whole plethora of relational drama. I mean, relational drama. Um, Ninja was in prison. Ninja sold drugs to help her with her bills. And love her dearly. She's a very sweet woman. You're here. The ninja is here. You guys are at two different levels. You are managing at a Fortune 500 company. He's a thug Negro. Let me use an example. Wendy Williams. Should I say any more? Should I say any more? You are a major talk show host. Even if I don't like your content, you have positioned yourself as a financially lucrative woman making good money, and you trying to carry a thug Negro. I You don't know your value, you don't know your worth. I don't know her, but I can tell you right now, outside in, you don't know your value, you don't know your worth. The dude who was on the truck with the chick who was married, she playing that boy like a fiddle. Okay? She playing him like a fiddle. You married some old ass man. You telling her to telling this ninja, this old ass man, this white guy, is whooping your behind. You telling him he's abusive. This man shows me a picture of this old man doing like this in a chair. This woman is, I think I forget if he was the same age as me or younger. I think he was might have been younger, between 40 and 50 years old. Okay. And I'm giving you examples on why I don't get involved in relational drama. You get on this truck and you tell me all of your drama. And some people who used to watch me told me, oh, well, you're building rapport. And that's no, no. We can talk about the weather. We can talk about music. We can talk about movies. Hell, we can talk about a whole bunch of other shiznit in this truck other than your relational drama. Okay. You get up in here and I'm going to hate to say it, you like what you're involved in. I'm not sitting up here judging nobody. I've been in jacked up relationships. God's holy word, I have. I can tell you stories. But there's a point in life where something should say, bing, and you wake up and you say, I am so good. I What's that saying? I can do bad all by my damn self. You don't have to be in drama. It is a choice. Okay? And some people are not on your level. But until you come internally to wake up, you're going to be in that drama. My homegirl, who's the banking manager, she's in that drama. She's with the dude, and maybe he will come. And let me say this, maybe he will come up to your level. I don't know. I can't call it. What I can see is face value of the situation. And if you here and he's here, him coming up here, especially, no offense to the males, especially males, but vice versa. You can be a man who's here and have a woman who's here. And if she's not up to your, it's gonna be drama. There's gonna be drama involved because you're on two different playing fields. And if you and usually what we're looking at when we get a mate is one or two. Well, number one issue a lot of people take substandard people is you're lonely. So I'm lonely and I'm just gonna settle for Joe Bob. Okay, Joe Bob ain't even on your level. You on a whole nother playing field. And you and Joe Bob are gonna have conflicts because Joe Bob ain't on your damn level. Joe Bob might be a nice guy. I got some nice thuggy cousins. They cool as hell. I got some thugs in the family. Cool thuggy people. It's just like Grumpy. Y'all meet Grumpy. Y'all love Grumpy. Grumpy is cool as hell. Hey, Nikki J. I mean, Grumpy is cool. My reason I actually even deal with him is because on certain levels, Grumpy is cool. But as a chick's ninja, Grumpy is all the way down here. and that chick is gonna be up here. But if a chick is lonely, Grumpy gonna be ideal, especially if his gears still work like they used to work, because he was a freaky, sexy dude, sexual dude. So he gonna meet that woman's sexual needs because he's into whatever freaky crap she wants to do. But Grumpy's a dog, and Grumpy is down here. This sister's up here. So you might be in a relationship that's beneath you. And I get people, like I said, I have had phone conversations. I'd be like, and I'm like, oh, okay. That's when I do that, I'm like, okay, cool, cool pick. Like I said, I got some cool ass thuggy Negroes in my family. Cool as hell. Worthless in relationships. Horrid. They not only gonna be screwing that chick, they're gonna be screwing 5 other chicks. Cause that runs up in my bloodline on my father's side. My father's side. You could choose to be in that, but what I'm gonna tell you is chuck it all, Shannon. I don't want to know nothing about it. I ain't got no advice for you. I ain't. When I did ministry, I used to have people come to me with relational stuff there too. And I'm gonna tell you, it just got to a point where I realized a friend of mine has a saying, she's from Compton, California. If you like it, I love it for you. If you like it, I love it for you. If you enjoy the foolishness you in, if you enjoy all the BS you going through, bull stuff. If you like it, I love it for you. Because guess what? Obviously, you're in it because you like it. You're at a point where this is what you want. Been there, done that. Been with foolishness, been with people beneath my level. And I finally, at 51 years old, actually started back in my 40s where I said, no more. I woke the hell up. Actually, I got tired at age 25. I was in a relationship with somebody. That chick took me on a roller coaster ride from hell. And it between that and age 25 and 29, when I had the life issue, it's an eye-opening experience when you almost hit a casket. And all of a sudden you like, what the hell am I doing? And then you start realizing about life. And then by the time I hit my 30s, I started knowing even at 400 pounds now, back then, this is the biggest I've ever been. I understood my value. I understood my worth. And I am worth more than some drama and BS from another human being who's flesh and blood like me, going on their roller coaster ride and whatever their issues are and whatever level they at. If you not here with me, I can't jack with you. Mm-mm. And Grumpy has a saying: if it's not profitable to you, if this, and I don't mean profit money, I mean profitable to you. So I'm gonna use Nikki J for an example. I love Nikki J. Kid. It's one of my kids. I say kid because she's in her 30s. 30s? Yeah, I think 30s. JJ Gaming. He one of my sons. He still got some young stuff, but he's a go-getter kid. He's doing lease purchase here at our company that we're at. And he's a go-getter, and I like the fact he's a go-getter kid. There's some areas that I think he's got some growing up to do, but other than that, he's 23 years old. That baby's 20, 23, 25 years old. At 23, 25, you done got your trucking license. You trying to do lease purchase with a truck. Um, he was married for a minute. He's divorced now. But he's trying to be a man, a black man raised by a black woman who was military. And I don't know if his father was around. I don't hear about a father. So you trying to fill the man's shoes that weren't an example. There was no example for you. I'm impressed with that baby. I can jack with that. That's a profitable to me. When I say profitable, it's motivational to me. Nikki, when we do her interview, you gonna understand why I got love for that little sister right there. And I knew her cousin. I didn't even know me and her cousin had worked together. That's a profitable relationship, not relationship in the sense of intimate relationship, but relationship on a friend level, meaning that you've met somebody who is about something. You got a bunch of these ninjas out here who ain't about nothing. I got one grown ninja asking me to call a company about his job. I don't even know you. That's not a profitable relationship. Now, I'm going to bless you as best I can, even in your foolishness. Here you go, bro. Here's some things to hopefully help you. And maybe somewhere along your journey, you grow up. That's profitable. And I'm going to tell you, as you start getting older, what you guys are going to find is your friends, all these people you call friends, start shrinking because you're going to find people you just start cutting off. Why? Because there's something internally that happens that says, I'm worth more. and you got friends that suck the life out of you, that is not a profitable relationship. Not profit money. I'm talking about profit as far as encouragement, profit as far as speaking into your life some things that need to be spoken, and vice versa, you being able to speak into theirs. That's relationship. And in an intimate relationship with another human being, that should be some of it. You should be not only, if you have somebody you get involved with, hopefully a wife or a husband, eventually, when you get involved with that person should become what you call, I got an older couple, her husband has recently died. She said he was my best friend. That is a profitable relationship. They met in college. Use them like my Bert and Papa Sam. I'm gonna use them. Okay, these people from my old church, love them dearly. They kind of adopted me as one of their kids, and actually, she knew my grandfather. So I get these people who know family members. These two people met in college. Okay, he was actually engaged to a whole nother chick. He broke that engagement. He married her. Equal level, both college graduates. His brother, I think, was one of the first black professors out here. Excuse me, his father was the first black professor here at a university here in Texas. Her brother was one of the first black professors at ASU. Okay, I want you to see where this is going. She's becoming an educator. He comes out of, I think, I forgot what war he was in or what military, but he was in the military and also getting his education in engineering. Equal level. These people are coming on the same playing field. Okay, they both want family. They both family oriented people, equal level. Sam, he was a financial guy. Bertha was a management person. He handled the money. She handled a lot of stuff in business when it came. She was a superintendent of schools for one of the biggest black school districts in Arizona. She was a black Latino. She was a superintendent of schools. Equal playing field. First black family, millionaires. I'm telling you, not a doubt in my damn mind. Millionaires. See the black art in these people's house. And own was one of the first black families with a Mercedes. And I'm not saying a Mercedes means anything, but it does show if you're gonna go that route, it is a level or measure of some people use of success. Okay. Back in the day, these people are birth is almost damn near 100. Sam died in his 80s, 90s years old, something like that. Oh, I'm so jealous. My Joe is at Federal Pizza. Federal Pizza, y'all, is the bomb. Maybe I have to show y'all that. They got $5 drink specials. Yes, they do. Nikki, if you haven't done that, we might have to talk about that. That's downtown Central Phoenix. Nikki J. We're gonna talk about that when I get home. Federal Pizza. What's the other one? They have a wine bar I like going to too. The wine bar is my favorite. Their bruschetta is amazing. And Joyride. What's the Federal Pizza? Joyride. Postino's. I don't know if you do wine, but me and Joe hook you up. You got to hang with me and Joe because yeah, that's my only weakness is when me and Joe get together. It's, it's all about some wine and food. Oh my God, it's wine and food. It's wine and food. But equal playing field. I just got an alert where Joe is at because he put my Facebook alert came up. Equal playing field. So when you guys are out here and you seeing these people, please, 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 please try to get to, and I can't tell you when to get to that point. For me, I think God helped me with mine because I just got to a point, oh, I can't. I'm not about shenanigans. I'm not about foolishness. It's not even, there's a point when you get in your 50s, at least for me, it's not even a sexual thing anymore. I just can't. Look, I'd rather be by myself. I don't even want to be involved with you just for sex. I can't. That's Monty. That's his problem right now. He pissed because he can't go screw a whole bunch of chicks, and that's where his value and worth was between his legs. And my sister, my half sister, I really believed he loved my mother. Girl, please, he ain't love none of our mothers. He loved what was between their legs. He loved Monty loves Monty. He don't know how to love a woman. He doesn't. It's incapable of him. He's struggling right now. Just he's like, well, I did this for the grandkids because my uncle used to do that, and because he doesn't know, he has no innate concept of being a father, a grandfather. It has been about him his whole life. And if his penis it was working, he wouldn't give a damn about any of us. He'd be out here still screwing people in his 70s. Because that was his life, his world, his worship, his everything. So I don't get involved in relationships because I don't like foolishness. And I am 51 years old. And if folks is doing shenanigans, let them do shenanigans. It's how you learn. And if you don't learn, you will learn because you're going to keep in the foolishness to the casket. And then when you talk to Jesus, he going to talk to you about your foolishness. I'm just saying. Absent from the body, present with the Lord. That's when you're going to stand before him and he going to say one or two things: enter in or depart from me. One of them two conversations is going to happen, and you're going to get a playback of your life of what you done did that either was following in line with where he wants you to go or not following in line with where you want to go. So you're going to learn either in this life or you're going to learn in the next one. I just am not going to go on your joyride through that. I'm not. I don't want to go through it in a conversation. I don't want to go through it in written form. I don't. So a lot of times if you having any, and I'm not trying to be mean, you having any issues, I don't speak on it. I'm like the cops. When the cops go into a domestic situation, if hands was laid on, they may arrest the person or detain the person, and then they realize they can't get involved because Sally Sue will come up in there. I love Bobby, even though he whooped my ass and I got this black eye and busted lip. And the police. Why? Because Sally don't know her value and her worth. Hey, Larry Smith, we gotta talk. I ain't talked to you in a minute. So, Shay E, hey, hey, what's up? You gotta know your value and your worth, and unless you do, you're gonna go through shenanigans. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said, most of us have had foolish ass relationships. God forgive me for putting it that way, but most of us have. We don't until we know our value and our worth. We're gonna continue to pick the wrong people for our lives. You got to know who you are. And there's got to be a point, in my humble opinion, where you got to be okay being by yourself. Once you're okay being by yourself, then usually what's really ironic is that's when the person you're supposed to be with comes to the plate. But you first got to be comfortable with you. If you ain't, then you in drama and madness. The Shannon, she refuses to be in drama and madness. I just do. So that's kind of my conversation today. And like I said, I don't want anybody to take offense because I've had phone conversations, chat messages, and sometimes, and I know I have a ministry license, but even in ministry, what I never ever got involved in was domestic stuff. I had seen some really foul stuff, women taking other women's husbands, a whole bunch of drama. And I just, even in ministry, even other men, people going into ministry doing just some foul stuff, and I just made up my mind that that is an area that I will not. If I ever was a pastor of a church, I would probably have somebody dealing with she says solo dolo all day. Larry, I'm mad at you. And Larry can tell you. Larry's actually a female, not a male, by the way, y'all. If y'all don't know, that's an old one. I think one of your ex-husband's old sign-ons. And Larry, yeah, Larry will tell you even before. If you Larry, help yourself, mind me saying this. Even before she came back out into trucking, she said, "I want to make sure my divorce is final. I want to have a clean slate." That meant I'm coming out here to roll and have peace of mind and not no whole bunch of relational drama. Y'all embrace that. Give it a hug. Give it a hug. And so, um, and normally you'll go about your day and then finally you'll meet, hopefully, if that's where you want to go, you'll meet the person you're supposed to be with. For me, I'm 51 and probably I might have an older, lonelier life or and a friend of mine told me based on the type of ministry calling I have that my life was probably going to be my calling was a lonely calling. And there's a reason for it. And I'm not I see it differently now. And I don't think lonely in the sense sometimes we look at lonely in the sense I don't have a spouse. I'm okay with that. But I think that my calling, I'm going to have only some close confidants, but they're going to be far few and in between. And it's because of the stuff that I have to deal with. And it's like I said, a lot of you guys we're talking about molest, rape, incest, physical abuse of parents. There's some stuff I can't identify with. Drug addicted parents, parents selling you off for their drugs. Um, I haven't been through that part of it, but I have the part of the things that can put you in bondage. So And you can't take the drama. That is it right there. There's a point where you wake up and you like, why am I in this drama? I sit and I watch people. I'm like, and I listen to people. I'm like, why? But I can't shake you and wake you up. That's a God thing. You got to have that God wake up call to say, I need to get the hell up out of this crazy ass relationship. And unfortunately, sometimes you really do care for the person. Sometimes you love the person. I had a person on here, trucking couple. I like both of them, very sweet people. But there was drama, and I had to tell the wife. I said, "Look, I'm friends with her and the husband in a sense. The husband actually had reached out to me first for trucking stuff, and and I, hadn't physically met both of them yet. I met one of them. I haven't met the other one, and I talked to both of them on the phone. Um, but then there was some drama in between them, and I was like, "Look, I don't get involved in relational drama." And she tried to get me involved. I said, "I done told you." And see, this baby young, 20 something. I said, "I done told you. I don't get involved in relational drama. So whatever y'all got going on, you need to work it out. Both of y'all, in my opinion, are too young. So this is just some young drama and bullcrap. This is stuff you did. I'm 51. This is what you doing right now. I wouldn't even really, well, no, I wasn't even doing that in my 20s or in my high school years. So, but I knew it's young dumb. I had people I knew who were doing that dumb stuff, going through all this shenanigans. I had my own type of young drama, but I don't get involved in I don't get in domestic stuff. I don't get involved in. Mm-mm. Because normally what'll happen is, like I said, 2 days, 5 days, 8 months later, you're gonna be sitting there. I just love Bobby Joe, even though he cheated on me with Sally. Vice versa, even though she cheated on me with Bob, I love her. Okay. Okay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's your life. Same way I had P. Wimpy Leadfoot on here. That ninja was so wrapped up in the drama he had going on, he couldn't even drive the truck good because whatever she put on him, she put it on him. She had him puppeteering. He was dancing and jigging and doing whatever the hell she wanted him to do. Couldn't think straight, couldn't drive straight. 18 freaking years. You can't drive a truck straight in the US, almost hit cars and stuff because you so P wimped over some chick who's married to some old ass man who she lying to you telling you that this old man whooped her ass. As I said, if y'all would have seen the picture of the old man I saw, she deserved her ass being whooped. And I don't mean to be mean, but I'm looking at the old man. I'm 400 pounds. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe that most time women cannot beat a man. Uh, but I'll be damned if that old man will whoop my ass at 51, 40, shit, even at 30. God forgive me. I'm trying, Lord. I got to get rid of the shiznit word. I got to get rid of the real shiznit word. But you're not gonna whoop my behind. Not, no, no, no. And so I'm telling you that she was lying to him in order to puppeteer him. I'm telling you that she had that boy so wound up, I wouldn't have been shocked to see him on one of those channels where he planned to kill the husband and they found out he killed the husband and then she sit up there like I didn't know anything about it. And she told him to kill the husband or she did it in a roundabout way. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Because he was so y'all go back and watch my P Wimpy Leadfoot video on that brother. That brother was so wrapped up in that cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs drama. Drama. So anyway, I'm gonna get my butt off of here because we had 118 minutes, which is a lot longer than what I had planned. Nikki and Danielle, I might call y'all later. I need to get up in here and put my food up because I've been back here in the back of the truck talking to y'all. She's the oxygen. Girl, if you go back and watch the video, Dad, he got on the truck telling me that drama, and I was like, and it was funny because there was another trucker or lady who watched me, and she had made the comment that well, she thought I was a crappy trainer, and because well, that's just no, it's not building rapport for you to get on here and tell me your relational drama. I don't want to know your relational drama. And I don't have a problem building rapport like trainer billing me. The trainer that I had, he was cool. And even Martika talked about, like I told you, Martika was funny. like I said, I probably should have reported her to Swift. I did. That baby was funny as hell. But she was going down the road with her nephew. But Martika was like, Mom, I met my dad, Mom. She's a Latino girl, Mexican girl. She funny as hell. Mission, Texas. Mom, I met my dad. I'm gonna close it out with this because it's funny. I still laugh about Martika. Martika, she's like, and I almost finished with her, but then she was talking about to her girlfriend, she's a gay chick, talking to her girlfriend about being home and they was trying to have kids and all that. And I didn't want to get stuck in Mission, Texas. So I had her let me off in Phoenix and I was almost done. And then I got on that crazy chicks, Native American chick lady who I don't think she liked our and I thought Native Americans and us, we have getting along for years. And this lady, I don't think she liked my. She just, I don't know if she didn't like black folks. I don't know what it was, but she was real special. She didn't like, after she met me, she did not, I mean, after I sent my picture to her, she didn't like me now. It might be my hair is short. Maybe she picked up on the alternate lifestyle thing, which I ain't been active in so long, it ain't even funny. And I'm just like, but even still, she was just weird. And so she was such like I said, I lasted her truck a day and I told them when I was getting off truck. And then next thing I know, I fractured my ankle. So it was, I need to get off her truck. Um, and that put me down for 6 months, and then I ended up on Trainer Bill. But me and Trainer Bill, we talked about audiobooks, we talked about movies. He was a like a short what do you call it, where they do the ham radio. He's a ham radio person. So he would be talking to people in England and he would play it for me and I thought it was really cool. I'm a nerd, he's a nerd. Um he was a computer guy. We had a tire bus. We sat and watched the whole movie while we waiting for them to come tow us, or excuse me, come fix the tire. Um, Perfect gentleman. And then I met his mom. His mom showed me that she made jewelry. That's not drama. That's just human beings. I met his wife. Now she talked about she's a writer and that she was having writer's block. Um, and that was her pretty much her full-time gig. Very nice. I met his son. Wasn't a bunch of damn drama. And I didn't get on his truck with a whole bunch of drama. I had fractured my leg. I said I'm back up. I need help on my back end. I went to business. This is about business. And all I was thinking when I was on his truck is I want to get as many of my miles done as quick as I can to get off his damn truck. Nice guy, but I don't want to live on this truck with you. I want to get on my own truck and do my thing. Hold on, what's it saying? Oh, Imma look that up because I just listened to thank you, V. Griffin. I just listened to Ted Decker. Oh shoot, what's the book? Outlaw. Ted Decker, Christian book. Outlaw, actually very good for people in bondage. Very good. If you are in broken or some things from childhood, that book I didn't even know it was in my Audible choices as books. And I just got through listening to that, and that book was awesome. Actually, I think I gotta listen to the last part, but I understood. I think I gotta re-listen to it because there was part of it I missed on it. Ted Decker's really good. He kind of writes, and I'm not a Stephen King fan, but he writes on a level of like a Stephen King or Frank Peretti, where it's kind of you gotta follow the storyline and hear the twists and turns, and then at the end, the moral of the story is and what he's trying to get across in the message. He is a Christian writer, but his books are really, really good. And he's actually done a combination book with Frank Peretti and one of his other ones I'm going to recommend, which I really enjoyed by Ted Decker, was one called Priest. That one, Priest, that book was the truth. That book, that book was the truth. I don't know Justin Cronin, but I'll look him up because I have Audible, so I have some credits on there, and I need to pick another book. And I also listen to. I was telling Danielle one of my other favorites is it's through graphic audio. It's not Christian, it's just general graphic audio. You can get them at the truck stops. My first series that I liked was one called Vada's War. And what they do is the old school radio enactments, and it says a movie in your mind. So you actually have different actors playing all the different parts. And you like have the doors opening and shutting. You can hear the guns firing. I mean, it's kind of cool. So the Vada's War was more of like sci-fi, and she ends up in space and all that stuff. So that was actually really good. But the series that I'm on right now is called Rogue Angel. And yeah, I think it's Rogue Angel, and she's like a Indiana Jones, Laura Croft. And so she does all this, and it's really cool. And there's another, her other two major characters are Garn Braden. Thoroughly enjoy that, and more like that kind of Tomb Raider kind of thing. So I like that one. And then there was another one that I did that was similar to like the Divergent type series that was through the graphic audio. So you can always look them up. I'll see if I can put the link below. Y'all, I'll see if I can put some links below for this. But yeah, but the if you want some really good audiobooks with some, and actually if you even read Priest by Ted Decker, number one on my Christian one, that was phenomenal. This new one I read by Ted, or listened to by Ted Decker, called Outlaw, graphic audio series. Probably my first choice would be to introduce you to them is Vada's War, and then from there I would say going to Rogue Angel, and there was another one that I had. I forgot the name of it, but I'll try to put the links below. The Priest movie you're talking about, I don't think is the Priest movie that he wrote on. If you're talking about Priest the Vampire one, no. This is a Christian based one called Priest by Ted Decker. And I don't know, I don't think he did a movie on this. I mean, it's really, really good. I don't want to give the storyline. Well, I can give you a little bit of it. Basically, the storyline is this priest. I think he's a priest, if I remember correctly. I haven't listened to this book in a while. I might download it and listen to it again because it's powerful. And it really deals with us being judgmental. And he was basically going out and helping to kill people who had done kind of like the equalizer kind of thought process. Is in a sense you think you're helping people, but sometimes you're judging situations that you need to leave in God's hands. And so that's ultimately Priest. And you have to listen to it to find the outcome and some of the other things you find out. But Priest is really, really a good. It's by a guy named Ted Decker, D-E, I think it's Dekker, Ted, Ted. And if you can get the audio, I like the audiobook of it. It was very good. And like I said, now I might think about it. I might download it again. And that book was amazing. It was amazing. And then I just listened to, they had put it in my selection for Audible. Like they give you like some suggestions, and it was Ted Decker Outlaw. And that was actually good. And it was ironic because I'm dealing with so many people on here who have a lot of childhood damages, similar to myself. And I did Ted Decker's Outlaw. And Outlaw dealt with two children, or at least in the so far as I've gotten to, two children who have some issues all stemming from childhood, and the bondage that you're in, and some of the things that can have mentally when you're in those damages, and the blocks that happen, and where your freedom comes from. So very good book. I was sitting here in the truck and I'm like, I just wanted some, sometimes I don't want to listen to music, sometimes I need to hear talk, and that was what I ended up choosing. And it was pretty, like I said, it was really good. If you don't have Audible, I like Audible, and I did that. But anyway, y'all, I'm get off of here because we're at 127 minutes. 2 and 2. Peace.